guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joey, and as promised, today I am going to be sharing with you my top New York City secrets, tips, and tricks. Now, before we get started, I'm going to ask you if you click that subscribe button, up an arrow, subscribe. I'm trying to get to a goal of 10K by this summer, so if you can help me out with that, I would love you more than I did a second ago. So, without further ado, my top secrets in New York City. For those of you guys who don't know, I lived in New York City for about 9 years, and thus I discovered so many tricks and so many ways to kind of get around things that maybe you as a tourist will or probably won't find out. Here is my tip number 1. Museums. Alright, my Dutch people, I already know we like a good bargain, we like a good deal, and I want you to check out the museum admission. If you are at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, you are going to see a sign that says suggested donation, which means that you don't need to pay that. That is donation based. So what I used to do, and all of the friends that I know, is I would give $1 and go on in. So really read the sign. Also, really important for the 9/11 Memorial Museum, you can get free admission on Tuesday evenings, but you have to book it on Monday. So, if you're in New York City on Monday, go to the 9/11 Memorial Museum website and just apply to get the free tickets for Tuesday. There's always a way to get around the museums. You just have to be smart. You just have to see. There's free admission at the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, on Friday evenings. So just Google, just research. But those are the 3 museums that I love and how you can get into them for free. Also, Nick's favorite, I need to say it, is the Natural History Museum. Also donation based, so pay $1. That is always. My tip number 2. Now, you do not need to pay an expensive ticket to get on the ferry to go to the Statue of Liberty. You can hop on the IKEA ferry that is free on Saturday and Sunday downtown on the east side, and you can go to IKEA, but it's really nice because the ferry drives all the way from the lower part of Manhattan, so you get a beautiful skyline view of downtown Manhattan, and you get to drive by, not really close by, but you get to drive past the Statue of Liberty. So the IKEA ferry, and as a bonus, the Staten Island ferry as well is free at the very tip of Manhattan, downtown at Battery Park. It's always free. So you can go to Staten Island, kind of the same thing, and just hop on back. And you can get beautiful pictures of downtown Manhattan, such as this, and the Statue of Liberty. And yeah, for free. So why not? My tip number 3 is the cable car that connects you from the Upper East Side of Manhattan to Roosevelt Island that is headed to Queens. Now, this is a cable car. Not many people know about it. It is in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, and all you need to do is swipe your MetroCard, which if you're paying for a single ride, it's $2.75, and you can ride a cable car from Manhattan across the water to Roosevelt Island. It is a really fun thing to do because, first of all, you can hop off at Roosevelt Island. It's a tiny little island, and just check it out. And you can also get some beautiful pictures of the east side of Manhattan through that cable car. So that is an amazing way to really just get a little more connected to the city and explore an area that you might not have explored anyway, Roosevelt Island. My tip number 4, now, MetroCards. Alright, so if you're gonna go to New York City, you do not need to pay for taxis unless you want to, because the metro system, the subway, is incredible. It works 24/7. They're not always on time, but it is really nice because you can get anywhere in the city. There is a stop probably on every 4 blocks radius around you. But to get a MetroCard, you go to the machine and you can pay. Now, you do not have to upload a lot of money. You can buy an unlimited. So if you are in New York City for 1 week, 7 days, you might want to consider purchasing a 7-day unlimited pass, which will cost you $32. And just to give you a point of reference, each swipe is $2.75 each ride. So a 7-day unlimited is $32, and you can swipe as many times, however long that you want. Once you do swipe once, so it does make you wait 10 minutes. So you cannot just swipe all of your family members. You each have to grab one. If you're there for longer than 7 days, maybe 4 weeks, you might want to consider an unlimited monthly. The unlimited monthly will run you $121. Now that does sound insane, but do the math. $2.75, one swipe. You're probably going to use it about 4 times a day. So whether you're there for maybe 3 weeks, it still might be feasible for you to buy a unlimited monthly. So check out the MetroCard. But before you do, Google it. Yeah, just MetroCard costs, and then get yourself the best deal. Be smart. Tip number 5, which is my personal favorite, is walk the Brooklyn Bridge. So maybe you were going to plan to do that anyways, but maybe you weren't. If you were not, let me persuade you. You just go downtown, either to Brooklyn or to Manhattan, and you walk across the bridge and you get the most incredible pictures of the bridge, of downtown Manhattan, of uptown Manhattan, of every other bridge. And you also get to go to a really beautiful part of Brooklyn if you're walking towards Brooklyn, which is piers and water and boats, and it's really, really gorgeous. It's completely free, but it gives you such an amazing experience. Grab a coffee to go and walk through the bridge, spend some time in Brooklyn and check it out. But that is probably my favorite thing to do when I'm in New York. I feel the most connected to the city when I just walk around through the bridge. It's so beautiful. So definitely check that out. Tip number 6. Now, the top of the rock. Everybody wants to go to the top of the Empire State Building, but the next best thing, the cheapest best thing, is to go to the top of the Rainbow Room. It is a restaurant atop the Rockefeller Center building, which is next to the Empire State Building, and it is so tall, and all you have to do is dress a little nice and buy a cocktail, which is around $11, $10. So check it out, the Rainbow Room. I'll leave a link below so you can see all the details. You do have to dress a little bit nicer. There is a dress code. You do have to buy a drink, but when you're there, you can get probably about the same experience as if you were to go to the top of the Empire State Building, which is going to cost you about $30, $40. So check out the Rainbow Room to get a beautiful high view of New York City. Tip number 7 for my theater goers, you have got to go to www.broadwayforbrokepeople.com. Just go, just do it, read about it, but let me explain. All of the Broadway shows have rush tickets or lottery tickets or student rush tickets. So what does that mean? That means that you can, to some, apply for a lottery and you get $30 tickets for the day, or you go early in the morning when the box office opens and rush for, there's only a certain amount of tickets a performance for about $20, $30. But the best website to find out how each of the theater shows work is broadwayforbrokepeople.com. I'll leave it in my description below, so check it out if you are into theater and you want to catch a show for about $30, $20, maybe 2, maybe 3 shows. Definitely do that. I love it. That's the only way I see shows in New York. So check it out. Tip number 8, Nick wanted me to tell you guys this. His tip is to go to the New York Library, the original New York Library. It is a stunning building. It is pretty historic. It's got books. It is very picturesque. You can get a lot of beautiful pictures, and you can just kind of get a little more connected with old New York. Check out the New York Library, the original New York Library. And my last tip is that you do not need to pay for an expensive hotel in the center or in Times Square or downtown. If your girl are on a budget, just head uptown. The places that I recommend are West Harlem, Washington Heights, higher Upper West Side, but those are beautiful areas that are safe, that are very cultural, that are close to the subway, about 15-20 minutes down to Times Square with the metro, and the rooms there, Airbnb, will run you so low. I used to Airbnb my room when I would come to Europe for $50, $60 a night, and I lived in a gorgeous apartment. So check it out. West Harlem, Washington Heights, or deep Upper West Side. Now, those are my 9 tips for you guys when you're visiting New York City. And as always, if you have any questions, please comment below. If you have anything to add, comment below. And as always, give me a thumbs up, habanero, subscribe, and I hope you guys liked it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!